Yep. So we're live now here with Skylar. Everyone knows in this group who Skylar is, and she's done a fantastic job of positioning herself in her market with Acadia Lending in Maine. So Skylar, thank you so much for coming on this here and doing this Facebook Live with me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, great. So just trying to kick it off, wanted to touch base with you. You're not from the West Coast, but you did come out to AIME Activate in California. Just wanted to see what your overall thoughts were, and then why are AIME events kind of important for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Activate was so great. We in Maine, I think that we're a little bit behind in the times with technology and with things like that. So being able to really be engulfed in an atmosphere where all it is tools and techniques and technology and all these things to help us. You know, we're just a tiny little mortgage broker company in Maine, and to be able to have resources to teach us more about video, teach us more about these, technology systems that can help grow our business. It was really, really great. But I think even more above that is just the relationships you make with the people that are at AIME Activate. I mean, the other brokers that I met, I walked away from that event with probably, I got home and I had 4 referrals from other brokers around the country that had someone in Maine that needed help. And you're building really strong relationships with these people, and you're talking best practice, and you're picking up, a lot of information on how to better yourself as a broker, because you're hearing what works for other people and vice versa. And I think that everyone's just so open and so excited to help each other in this mortgage broker community that we have.
That's great. And that's the whole goal of what we try to put on these events. You don't have to be from that area to get a lot of value out of it. So it's great to hear. I appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah.
Now I know you're primarily realtor focused, and that's how you've been able to get most of your success, especially the way the rates have been and so forth. But how have you been able to attract new realtors and bring new people in as referral partners?
Right. So, I mean, I'm always looking at ways of picking up new real estate agent partners. But over the years, I've become a little bit more, particular about who I want to work with and the strong relationships I build with those people. But a few things that I do, I pick up a lot of agents on the listing side, because once you give a really good experience to someone, it's like you're interviewing 2 people at once. You have a listing agent and you have the buyer's agent. The buyer's agent maybe sent you the deal. They already have a great relationship with you, so they're already a huge fan of yours. So then once you give a really good experience to a listing agent with great communication, fast process, great turn time, keeping them informed through the whole process, they're gonna be like, wow, that was so great. I want to do business with you. So that's one way that I pick up a lot of my agents. That's probably where I've gotten, a good quarter of the agents that I work with, is just by giving them a great experience on the listing side. I also put together what I call Broker Roadshow. And every single month, the first Thursday of every month, I hold a broker tour in a different town in a different community in the area. And I invite all the real estate agents in the area. They can put their listings on the property. It's really well put together, where we basically provide a folder with all the information about the property. People fill out feedback forms. I organize the whole schedule. A lot of people come. We talk a lot of best practice. We talk a lot about what's coming up. What do you have for options? Introduce a lot of these real estate agents while getting exposure for their listing. They love it, because they're like, wow, I didn't have to do the work for this. And now I got all these people into my property. And then I put together a really nice feedback form for them to provide for their sellers at the end, which they love. So that's been a really great, that's been really successful for me. And it's gained a lot of momentum over the last year. So it's been great.
That's awesome. And that kind of brings me to my next question. We discussed last week how you're trying to flip the sales funnel. As everyone knows, it's kind of backwards in mortgage. People go to the real estate agent first when they really should go to a mortgage person first. So how do you kind of focus on flipping that based on your broker roadshows and things like that?
Right. So I'm really trying to kind of put together a personal campaign of some sort that basically is, call me first. So every real estate agent wants their buyers to be qualified. So if I'm having all of these buyers come to me first and get qualified, and then I can basically then resource them out. Here's a great real estate agent in this area. Here's a great insurance agent. Here's a great title company. Then you're basically becoming that resource for everyone. And then you're becoming invaluable for all those other referral sources. And once you're invaluable to them, you're just going to continue to get business from them. So we've just started using some of the really great resources that we've learned about through AIME, which is HomeBot and Lead Pops. With HomeBot, the real estate agents that we presented this to have really just been loving the idea and knowing that, we can get these CMA requests, and then we have the control of referring those out to the real estate agents, as well as having a constant, consistent, meaningful drip to these buyers or these, people that have already purchased a home or are pre-qualified, where we're constantly keeping in front of them, and it's a set it and forget it. So our real estate agents are like, wow, that's something I've always wanted to do, but I don't have time to do it. Well, now we're doing that for them and bringing value to their business. And then with Lead Pops, we just started that, and we've been able to generate a lot more leads. It's really creating, people are engaging in it. People are, filling out the information. And then we've linked that with Verse, where they're really scrubbing it and scrubbing these leads, pre-vetting them and making sure that they're good, legitimate leads before they come to us. So then the buyers are coming to us first, and then we're able to refer that business out to our real estate agents. And that's what we all want. I mean, we all want to be able to refer back to them and provide business to them, because they're always chasing business, always trying to catch the fish. But if we, help them become the fishermen, I mean, that's really what we want to do.
Yeah, and that's huge. And that's really what I wanted to talk about next was how you leverage technology and all that. So it's great to hear. Mm-hmm. There's so much resources out there, especially in the AIME network, that you can leverage. So it's great to see that you not only the event side of things, but also the technology resources that we provide.
Right, and I feel like we wouldn't know about any of those if it wasn't for AIME. Like we wouldn't. I mean, honestly, like I feel like we're in like a little bubble up here, and we're like, what? You have this and that, and we're like, we didn't even know about any of these things. So being able to be exposed to those and be introduced to those and how it has worked. I mean, talking to other brokers to hear how it has been so successful for them already just encouraged us even more to put more focus on that. Also being able to go to our real estate agents and say, hey, we can connect Lead Pops to your website, so that you now are driving more business to your website. And then it will come filter back to us, where we'll fill out those pre-qualifications for them and then go back to them with qualified buyers.
So Anthony always has this joke now. He posted on here, where do you bury all the money? So he said this last week to Todd as well. And it's funny, though, because we interviewed Todd last week, and it's only fitting that we interviewed you, Skylar, this week. You guys are kind of like kindred spirits from across the country.
I know, it's so funny. Todd and I always say that. We're like, we feel like everything he says, I'm like, that sounds just like me.
Exactly. Did you? And it's funny, he doesn't use any technology, and he's been able to be extremely successful. Did you use technology before, or is this kind of an all new thing?
This is all brand new to us. I mean, if you even saw my desk, I mean, there are like paper. I make a lot of notes. I write a lot. I mean, I don't have any sort of CRM system or anything like that. I really just, my focus is really building strong relationships. And I bury all my money because I have 3 kids, Pasta, 3 kids. They're expensive. But really, I think the focus is really just consistently building, not just like build as many relationships with as many people as you can, but build meaningful, real relationships. I mean, that's really where it is. And I can't remember what it said, but one of my clients sent me an email last night, and he said, like, I've done 3 loans for him in like the last 15 months. And he came to me and said, I think this pretty much, explains our relationship perfectly. I can't remember the exact quote, but he basically was like, a loyal client doesn't just, tell people to call you or refer people. They insist that their friends and family work with you. And I think that that's so true. Like, I want everyone to feel that way, like feel like they want their person to work with me because they know that they're going to have the best experience and have the best rates, but rates aren't even as important. It's more about the experience. So I think that that's what everyone's focus should be. Everyone's focus should really be to always give the best experience. And then you're not going to be pounding the pavement for the rest of your life. You're going to be able to be sitting here with people coming to you that, that need your help.
That's huge. And it really is quality over quantity. It's incredible. But so going back to the technology piece, like
Yeah.
adopting all this new technology, 3 different companies, what was it like a daunting thing for you, or was it very like kind of how did you kind of get through that, going from 0 to using 3 different all connected into one?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely scary just because we've never done it before, but the return that we have already seen on it is crazy. I mean, we've already been able to generate so many more leads and then refer those out. So that's what's important. And having resources where we can, you know, do this and have the HomeBot resource and all these things. I mean, if you're not using them, you need to be using them because it will change your business.
Wow. Well, thanks, Skylar. I won't keep you too long. I know you got a lot going on, but to say the least. But we'll keep these lines of communication open for anyone that has any more questions throughout the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Anybody can reach out to me anytime. I have a lot of brokers reach out to me with just little questions, and I love being able to help however I can. And I still feel like I learned so much from so many of these other brokers, and I think that having that open line of communication for all of us is so helpful.
That's awesome. That's what it's all about here at AIME. So I appreciate your time, Skylar. Thank you so much. We can kick it off now, but I'll talk to you again soon, Skylar. Thank you.
All right. Sounds great. Thank you so much.